training for a world record by attempting another world record.
Over the next 8 months, I'll be attempting to swim, cycle, run, hike and climb 12,000 kilometres from the shores of England to the summit of Mount Everest. But right now, I'm going to attempt to be the first person ever to swim every swimmable lake in the Lake District and run in between them with my dog. That's 11 lakes. Windermere, the biggest lake in England, Coniston Water, Rydal Water, Grassmere, Ullswater, Derwent Water, Husson-Way, Loweswater, Cromwick Water, Buttermere and Westwater. Right now, I'm only 500 metres in and I've got 64k of swimming and 100k of running to go in just 1 week. Despite assembling a crack team to support me, and my beautiful boy body to keep me company in between each lake, I'll only have my body and mind to get me through this mad challenge. If I touch the support boat, I fail. Oh yeah, and this lake is longer than I've ever swam before. This will be one of the hardest weeks of my life.
Not a great start. Oh my God.
It will be a real tight squeeze.
Massively swollen wrists. I can't afford to get injured at this stage. Just run down.
But it's still absolutely nothing in comparison to what's coming.
Morning, Mitch.
God, I slept like a dog.
Oh, really?
We go about 3 hours. Yeah, it'll be alright.
Be alright?
We'll just day for it. Get this one out of the way, mate, and then it'll be downhill. Today is Windermere, the biggest lake in England. 10.5 miles, about 19k. The first of the 11. Buzzing to get the first one done, the biggest one out of the way.
What's the longest distance you've swam?
It was about 19k, but it hasn't got, obviously, the currents, hasn't got tides.
What difference does freshwater make?
You sink. I'm a sinker as it is, so you're much more buoyant in salt. I'm gonna have to just kind of like maybe swim a little bit harder to keep floating. Today will probably be the hardest one I've done to date. Yeah.
Oh, good. No time like the present.
I couldn't pull it off any longer. Nerve-wracked, sleep-deprived, I headed to the lakeside to begin my world record attempt.
What mad alchemy have you got going on here, Mitch?
So every 30 minutes you have 150 to 200 ml of hot drink, hot electrolyte, hot sugar. If it starts to get painful, you can crush tablets in it, ibuprofen, paracetamol, banana, solids to try and stop yourself getting sick. Exact same as the channel.
I wasn't doing this for nothing. Every part of this challenge is designed to imitate the channel swim. A 35k battle through rough seas, jellyfish and freezing temperatures from the shores of Dover to France. Getting nutrition every half an hour is quite literally sink or swim. I prepared my mind for the task ahead. 6 hours of relentless swimming through fresh water, 19k to the end. And this was just the first lake. I took a deep breath and dove in. I ploughed through the water, Tommy close by in his kayak. It was choppy, deep and freezing cold. It chilled me to the bone immediately, but I'd have to get used to it. This wasn't ending anytime soon. Breathing is the most important part of a swimming challenge like this. Every 3 strokes, you lift your head out of the water, snatch some oxygen, then go back down to stare at the deep black nothingness below. Physically, it's exhausting. Mentally, it's far worse, but I put all thoughts of distance out of my head and pushed on, 1 stroke at a time. I made good progress for the first couple of hours, but as my support team watched on, they were worried.
Basically, in terms of pace, it's not how quickly he can do it. It's not him racing against the time, it's him like racing against the conditions. So he needs to calculate all of that, and essentially he needs to meet 3k an hour. If he drops below like 2.8k, like even just that tiny difference, that's the difference between him finishing the channel and not.
How's he doing at the moment?
He started really well. He was ahead of time, but through that advancement, he's tired himself out slightly. Yeah. And now he's slowed down a bit. So we should ideally be an hour out, which would mean that we should be at 3k left, but we're at 5.4. He could do it if he picks up his pace now, but it will be a real tight squeeze.
We have like choppy water and like loads of sailors, so we got held up a bit there. But I'd say he's swimming pretty strong.
He took off at 12:03, so he should really be coming in at 6:03, just by channel standards. Just keep an eye on that, and we'll be there soon, so that you can see us for sure. Cheers.
The hours stretched on as I tried to make up the time, dodging boats and rocks as I slowly inched across the vast lake. All I could do was think like Dory, just keep swimming. An anxious crew and an even more anxious buddy waited at the shoreline, scanning the horizon for any sign of me.
Can you see him?
If you ever need perspective on how long Mitch has been swimming.
Then finally, they saw me.
It's a big lake. That's a big lake. That is a big lake. High five.
How tired are you?
11. Wow. Sore.
Look at it blue.
Long again. It's a little bit numb.
Are you wrecked? You feeling
I mean, not wrecked.
okay?
I've been more wrecked, but it's a long swim.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
I'm so hungry.
I think we need to get you some food and a pint.
God, I'm so hungry.
Food and a pint.
Pizza's in there.
Is there? I want the pieces, I want burgers, I want everything. Everything.
So
Everything, babe.
even the children's menu.
Oh, the children's menu is the best because that means the chicken nuggets normally.
So in all seriousness, was that manageable?
Yeah, definitely.
also-
It was what I expected. Slightly harder than like the previous 6 hour swim because it's fresh water. That's the way it is. It's not too bad.
You ready for another 8 days?
Yeah. First one out of the way, biggest one out of the way. It's all downhill from here, isn't it? Every time I looked at you, you were just like had the biggest, weirdest grin on your face ever. You're like, no, you were like, what was it? What was it? You were grinning like.
I did find it like a little bit amusing, like the pain, like I must have been like, in some serious
Pain?
The pain you must have been in. I was just like,
That explains the face perfectly. That perfectly explains the
I
face.
was just like, just glad I wasn't you, really.
Did it give you confidence or worry today for the channel?
Oh, today, confidence, massively. That being my longest swim of my life. Every time you do a long run or a long swim, anything, you learn every time you do it. You learn little adjustments, little improvements that you can do next time. Yeah, you just learn, you live and learn.
Wow, deep.
Next time I will probably take painkillers about 5 hours in.
Alright, so you've learnt. Right, I'm going to let you shower, Mitch.
Come and join.
Have a good night. Oh, okay, I'll put the camera down for that though.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to see that. How are you feeling this morning, Mitch?
I mean, not fresh, but not ridiculous. 5.25 mile swim today with like a 10-mile run. It's cheeky, obviously. Cheeky.
Is that the summary?
2 hard days though, and then well, it's not actually. Then it's an easier day, but then a really hard day.
There was no time to waste today. A quick breakfast, then it was back to the lakeside to start my run.
In time, mate.
Action hats, good to go. Hey bud, ready to rock and roll. It's time to run the Coniston. Swim about the water, and this is where the run starts. So
All right,
off we go.
off you go.
Go bud. Go buddy.
It wasn't a short run by any means, but having 2 people by my side made everything easier, and I was actually able to enjoy myself and take in the stunning scenery I was passing through. But that didn't change the fact I'd soon be plunging back into the cold for another brutal swim.
How was the run? Was it good fun?
Yeah, mate. It was steady, good bimble, but hilly. Mega choppy out there today. Mega choppy. So we're going to swim, obviously, with the wind.
It's just started raining.
Oh, what? You don't like to start a swim in the rain. Choppy 5 mile swim in the rain is not a great start. I'm going to be wet anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's be fair. The Raptors are going to get us, Dad. This is Raptor Central, this is.
Better than them swans.
Good luck catching them swans, then. The Raptor
It's just the one swan, actually.
I'm going to do two good impressions. One's of a lamb,
Okay,
and the second is trying the unicorn.
okay, go for it.
Nah.
Oh, that's
Nah.
Skills and what?
camera.
So good.
Nah.
This is where the river ends, and we're right at the south end. And off we go.
Okay.
Number 2. Worst up.
You decided to join him next.
Well, I thought that it might be good to get a really average swimmer in comparison to
Oh, I see.
the comparison will be very interesting to see me flailing around in the water. Sometimes I'm at home and I think, oh, I could do that.
Glory. You get it
that.
captured on.
Well, let's see.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
Seriously. Like,
yeah. He's just drinking lake water now, so that's fine.
Right, good luck, guys.
and she's in.
Canal.
With Nikki close behind me and moving well, I propelled myself into the start of the swim. It was nothing like Windermere, but 9 kilometres was still no mean feat, and with my body still broken from the day before, I had to focus. But just knowing I had someone with me made a big difference and pushed me on. Unfortunately, after 2 kilometres, it was time for her to get out, and I was alone again. Unbeknownst to me, there was an assassin waiting for her.
Well then,
Hello.
how was that?
Oh, apart from Buddy trying to kill me at the
I've
end,
got some
he was
amazing
drowning.
footage of that.
No, I was like, get off. He scratched the absolute living life out of
What's
my
that?
arse.
Watching Friday the 13th, isn't it? Insane.
He meant well. He thought he was helping. That was a an interesting swim, sure.
Yeah.
It's just you looking down into the vast nothingness, and it's just all in the mind. So you've just kind of just got to keep going and keep going and keep going. It's nothing but take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. It was hard, really hard. Him having to do 13 hours of it, I couldn't do it.
You f***ing psycho.
As I got closer to the end of the lake, the water became more and more choppy, but I pushed on. And a few hours and a couple of mouthfuls of water later, I was on the shore. It was tough, but I was starting to get into a groove. I slept well that night and hit the ground running the next morning, literally, with a 12-kilometre jog through the fells to Rydal Water and Grasmere. These were 2 shorter lakes, 3 kilometres in total, which was a godsend for my body, and I pushed them out in no time at all. Things were starting to pick up. Maybe this mad challenge was possible. I had another hilly run to finish the day, 14 kilometres to Ullswater, another mammoth of a lake. But Tommy had managed to bag a hotel for the night, and the thought of a comfy bed and a hot shower spurred me on to the end.
Tomorrow is wake up, swim the second biggest lake in the Lake District, Ullswater, 7.5 miles long, and then go to the spa. This is Ullswater, the second longest, deepest and coldest of all the lakes. But thank God we've got a bit of sun today. Let's just get it done. See you on the other side. See you on the other side.
This was a brutal swim, nearly as long as Windermere, and I was really struggling. The cold was unbearable and I was exhausted. But it's times like this I need to remind myself what I'm really doing this for. I've been training for the English Cello for the best part of a year, and this is my final test before the real thing. Any pain I was feeling now is nothing in comparison to the 14 hours it would take me to swim the channel. I only get one shot at crossing the channel, and I need to make it to even begin the 12,000 kilometre journey to Everest. That thought carried me through the hours to the end of the lake.
How was that?
Minging. The first hour and a half was just disgusting, man. Job done. Let's get to the sauna. Let's go warm up.
What's going on, Mitch?
Trying to recover after beast of Ullswater. Getting warm. This is the best way. Ready to go back sleep and on to tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Into a 15-mile run in another lake tomorrow. Nearly there.
Stunning.
Never stops. It had been a really tough day, but I'd done it. The 2 hardest lakes were out of the way. I was relaxed in the beautiful spa and my bones were warm again. Surely nothing could stop me now.
We've got the first niggle of the week. Massively swollen wrists on both sides here. This is basically, I think, some sort of inflammation around the tendons. So we've got some strong painkillers prescription picking up later, and we're gonna, power through, but take it easy. We can't afford to get injured at this stage. All makes it a bit more rewarding.
This was genuinely concerning. I was still only halfway, and if I made the injury worse, I risked long-term problems. I'll have to be 100% healthy for the channel swim, and if I make a mistake now, the whole Project Limitless could be finished before I've even started. But luckily right now, I have a casual 18-kilometre run through the mountain passes to shake off my doubt, as I made my way around the peaks over beautiful scenery to Derwentwater. As I passed through the town, I went to the pharmacy to pick up an emergency prescription of
Naproxen. Because the wrists are buggered. Hopefully it should bring the swelling down and we'll get through it, mate. So, but I need a cake.
Full of cake and a cocktail of drugs, I headed to the start line of the 5k swim. Nervous, but hopeful I could continue. Only time would tell.
Get ready for number 6 or 7, I don't know. I've actually lost count. Derwentwater, 3 miles with swollen arms. Get it done as quick as we can. All good, Mitch? Good boy.
Despite it only being a short lake, this was a hard battle. My wrists ached with every stroke, and I couldn't relax into a flow whilst constantly second-guessing myself. I knew I could make it, but at what cost? Still, determined to complete this challenge, I carried on and agonisingly made my way to the end of the lake.
Well done, mate.
You alright? Fire starter.
Yes, I'm just going to rub these sticks together and then we're up. That's it, fire.
Man neck fire. Oh, this is how you finish the day, swimming the lakes. We've just had the luck of being given an amazing holiday lodge after a 12-mile run and swimming Derwentwater, and now we're making fire. So you can't ask for more than that, mate.
Yesterday had been brutally difficult, but it was time to lock in. I'd started this thing and I was going to finish it, so I sucked up the pain and began with a fresh wave of purpose. I'd get the job done, whatever it took. I bashed out an 8-kilometre run to Bassenway, drugged myself up, drank some lake water, felt the cold, and leapt in for another brutal 6.5 kilometre swim. But I got it done, ready for a cheeky second run, this time 20 kilometres.
Good job, mate, Tom. Put this on first. What?
No, I'm hugging you first.
How are you feeling after that one, Mick?
Close to the end now. The end is in sight. You know what I mean?
My body was failing fast as the lakes got colder and colder, but I wasn't giving in. I ploughed on as if all was fine, trying to keep my morale up, racing against my own body's limits.
Come on board. Come on board. Choo choo. We're doing 3 today. Boom, boom, boom.
Quite a lot actually when you think about this. Altogether.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. It'll be right.
Wonder if buttermere is where they invented butter.
It is.
It's such a weird.
I was on fire, figuratively and in terms of pain. I smashed through loads of water, flew across Crummock and dove headfirst into Buttermere, pushing as hard as I could to get through the day until finally I could see the end.
Oh, I can't believe you.
Hello, brother.
Hey, bro. 3 and 1 down.
Well, we got to the end there.
Grips are up.
No.
Get away from me. You soggy boy. How's it been?
Long.
Yeah?
Right, yeah. 1 to go.
1 to go.
10 down. What a beautiful lake though, eh? Look at the backdrop stand, eh?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, one more bloody lake. Bit windy. I just finished the third lake of the day.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you actually.
Just finished third lake. About to go to Wasdale Head, and then the last thing to do will just be swimming Westwater, and then it is job done. All 11 lakes done. First world time ever, whatever that means. Losing track. Yeah.
Right, should we binball?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it's a hefty old challenge. Yeah.
Sure is. What's been the hardest bit?
Just wake up in the morning knowing you've got another one, especially when it's a beast. The cold, but yeah, it's all good training. It's all good training.
That's for sure.
But yeah, look at this. Unreal.
I was absolutely knackered by now, literally physically shaking as I made my way with Buddy across the lonely mountain passes.
That's where we're going over.
Up and down steep ground and uneven terrain for a final 10 kilometres. All I could think about was how close I was to the end. This pain was nearly over. Until I swim the English Channel, that is.
You happy?
Oh my God. Very happy, mate. It was amazing. Sunsets, cheap, waterfalls. Yeah, man, it was amazing. It's been a long day. 3 lakes head to head, and then a 7 mile over 2 mountain passes all the way to Wasdale. But 10 out of 11 lakes done, 1 to do, and then that's it. We've set a little bit of history, mate. It's good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good. Westwater, the last one, a long old way, 25k. 11 lakes. Let's do it, boys. Do it.
Good luck. We'll see you when it's all over.
See you at the end. Let's go!
This was it, 5 kilometres to go. I was still in pain, and this was the coldest lake yet, but all I could think about was everything I'd overcome to get to this point. I was so grateful to have experienced all of this in such a beautiful place. Ups and downs, injuries and scones, and I was even more grateful it would soon be over.
That's a cold one. was cold!
Mate,
You only have to come across here now. It's a short, short swim over.
such an anticlimax. Well done, man.
Drop! Again! Come on!
Well done, mate.
Oh! 11! Ah!
He's cold, isn't he?
He is cold!
Give me a rundown. How many kilometres of each sport have you just done in a week?
About 65 kilometres of swimming, and it was over 100 running.
Mitch,
Yes, mate.
I've got some bad news.
Yeah.
Still got 12,000 kilometres to go still.
And the channel. Yeah.